Good morning. We are alive. Bitcoin is in the green. Did you stack those sats? Did you make your future self proud? Jack Mallers calls out Jamie Dimon live. Absolutely incredible video we'll dive into. Bitwise, they are the most Bitcoin ETF. We'll dive into that. BlackRock and Fidelity, they will take your Bitcoin. They are taking your Bitcoin. X, formerly Twitter, is also expected to launch Bitcoin payments. I shall explain. To start off on this beautiful day, let me add it to the stream here. We've got Jim Cramer giving us the Bitcoin bat signal straight up early this morning. Bitcoin so strong early this morning, seems a tad heavy here. Thank you very much, Jim, for making my morning this morning. Shout out to everyone in the chat live and watching the replay. Now, this is absolutely fantastic news. People in the comment section that push BSV saying Craig Wright is Satoshi, Bitcoin's not the real Bitcoin. GFY, you truly don't understand. You truly have not read the books. You're going to eat the bugs. If that is you, you really need to do a little bit more research. This guy is a total fraud who claims to be Satoshi. If he has Satoshi, all he needs to do is sign a transaction. So, Wright UK litigation update. Craig Wright caves, offers to settle multiple cases, but still says he's non-negotiably Satoshi. I will have something to say on F-Bomb Fridays in regards to this. There is a high profanity warning attached to this absolute imbecile. It's the nicest I can say it here without going into profanity. Laugh my ass off, capitulate or litigate. Craig, there's no soft exit for you. Fake Toshi. Craig S. Wright. Today I've sent to my opponents in the copper litigation the passing off claims and database. Wright claims a non-negotiable offer to settle each of these cases, which is reproduced in its entirety. Well, this guy, let us know what you think of Dr. Craig S. Wright. Is that Satoshi Nakamoto? I think he's a twat. That's my opinion. Now, Jack Mallers is a baller. Calling, he didn't say Jamie Dimon is a pedo. He didn't say that. All he said, actually, I'll let Jack Mallers say it. He so eloquently live rips into him. Shout out to everyone watching.
You had the JP Morgan CEO and chairman Jamie Dimon calling it essentially pet rock, and once again calling into question its worth and its value here. I would love to get your reaction, especially as some of the financial industry elites and figureheads are continuing to cast some doubt here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brad. What do I think about Jeffrey Epstein's banker being concerned that a distributed, decentralized, open public money could potentially be used for bad things, sitting on a ski resort in Davos? I don't really care. I don't know why anyone cares, right? I mean, that guy knows when money's used for bad things. So it's a weird opinion of his. And my pet rock was up, as you said, 160% last year. It performed well against the dollar. So I don't know. I don't really care what that guy has to say about Bitcoin. I don't know why anybody does.
So he didn't say he was a pedo, but he did call him Jeffrey Epstein's banker. Surely this video is not going to go out. Do us a favor, smash the like button. We do have the green button today, which is super exciting. Hooray. But did you push the red button? That's the important question. Are you ready for the $20,000 drawdowns? We'll continue, but first, let's get into the numbers. Block height 827,000. The computer is glitching out in the matrix. Bear with me. What is going on there? 827,181. Exchange rate 39,741 sats per USD. Sitting pretty at 2,517. Next halving, 12,819, and the last block reward made up 6.6494 with the fees. That's actually the smallest we've seen in a while at 0.39, only 6% of the reward. Local time 5:40 there. TV glitching out. How incredible. Whatever's going on today. He didn't call him a pedo. Jack Mallers didn't call him a pedo. So I don't know why the Matrix got a problem this morning with Jamie Dimon. We'll come back to that one. So this is something just to keep in mind. I'm not saying it's going to happen, But Bitcoin could easily drop 20 to 50% from here. In fact, I hope it does. The people who put in the time to understand Bitcoin will have an opportunity to buy. The people who don't understand Bitcoin will keep hoping it goes to zero. That's why it's so important to read the books or eat the bugs. Also, Bitcoin Times, not sponsored, but I've had those. I've been waiting for dust jackets for like 3 or 4 months. They're finally here. I made those shelves specifically for those magazines. Cannot wait to get into it. It took me ages to find dust jackets, go figure. Anyway, it could drop 20 to 50% from here. And if it does, it's another opportunity. That's why, and it's obviously not financial advice, I talk about just pushing the red button or even the green button. It doesn't really matter. If you just get used to the ups and downs, you just stack and you chill. It's all good. The red button's what excites me the most. And then I see it going up. I'm like, oh no, do I have enough? We'll jump into the comments in a second at the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got any comments, questions, anything about Jack Mallers not calling Jamie Dimon a pedo, but calling him Jeffrey Epstein's banker, let us know what you think there. Now, Van Eck and Bitwise, I think Bitwise is a little bit more Bitcoin than Van Eck at the moment, but they are really trying to make their space within the Bitcoin community. So Van Eck, how come HODL is not listed in your dictionaries? What is the definition of HODL? It means hold on for dear life. It just means stack and chill. Great story. If you don't already know, there's a guy, his girlfriend went out to a lesbian bar. He was at home drunk and his Bitcoin was going down. He said he's going to hold, but he misspelt it and he wrote HODL. And then he wrote it again and misspelled it. And then ever since, we need to thank his girlfriend going out to the lesbian bar. That's a fact. That's what happened. Take it as you please. This probably would have been a little bit better because we were glitching out hardcore. Anyway, it is what it is. So Bitwise, being the most Bitcoin ETF, they've done a really good thing here. A really good thing for themselves, but for the community. We're in Bitcoin because we don't trust, we verify. Today, the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF becomes the first US Bitcoin ETF to publish the Bitcoin addresses of its holdings. Now anyone can verify BitB's holdings and flows directly on the blockchain. On-chain transparency is core to Bitcoin ethos. We're proud to walk with a BitB. So there's their address there. You can copy. You can't copy and paste, which they should have made it easier. It's a P2PKH. It does look like it's a single sig by the looks of it. People are reaching out to them because they've got a lot of funds. $500 million, $465 million, are reaching out to tell them to put it into a multi-sig. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they've got something else set up in the background there. But it's good. It's a huge move. Well done to them. And Hunter Horsley, BitB crossed $500 million of inflows. We've spent 6+ years dedicating every waking hour to this space and to stewarding clients. From all of us at Bitwise Investments, we're grateful based on our client conversations these last 2 weeks. Lots of great things to come in 2024. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy any ETF. You need to hold it in cold storage. Put your seed on steel, minimum, not on paper. Please. It can burn, it can get wet, you can lose it. It makes absolutely no sense. It'll cost you $11 or whatever. Go get a cheap bit of stainless steel if you need to do that. Please just get it off paper. That's the takeaway for today. But in regards to the ETF, sorry, this is where I was getting to. In regards to the ETF, some people will use the Bitcoin ETF. I understand that, I get that. And I don't even have a problem with that because it opens it up to people that are stuck in traditional retirement accounts, whether that's through their employment in Australia here. We have superannuation. You can do something called self-managed super, which allows you to control your assets. For me, it's 100% within Bitcoin. That's not for everyone because people are not smart. They won't read the books. They want to eat the bugs. And I say it not out of jest. I say it in all seriousness. If you're here now, you're watching, well done. You understand. Let us know what's the latest Bitcoin book or bit of information that you have read that changed something, because we always want to be learning, we always want to be growing. But the people that don't, they just go through life and let life happen to them. They need superannuation funds to be able to, or retirement accounts, IRA over in the States, wherever around the world, to be able to buy Bitcoin, even if it's 1, 2, 3, 5% for them to do it, to offset the stock market and actually hold on to the world's hardest form of money. So yes, it's not real Bitcoin, it's just price exposure, but it's better than nothing for them. Unfortunately, those who are not holding in self-custody long-term are probably going to suffer. Now, yesterday we talked about Mt. Gox FUD, and I'll say what Adam has to say. I'll reiterate what I said yesterday as well. Got a little bit of pushback in there in regards to the selling that I do expect to come from Mt. Gox. After a 10-year force total from $450, what kind of clown would market dump at $40K with ETF tailwind about to hit in an early bull market leading to a halving? Versus say just wait another year for $400K plus doesn't make any sense to me either. Just cold store them. Now Adam back is going from $200K to $400K over the next year, which is good. That's positive. From $450 to 4K, that's 100x, ladies and gentlemen. Some of those people are going to sell. They probably won't sell their whole stack. That's not what I said. And not all, and we'll dive into how much, I can bring it up. So Mt. Gox, 200,000 Bitcoin, not all of that will be sold, but some of it will be. Say 10%, 20,000 coins. That's cool. The market can suck that up very easy. It's what Grayscale's doing already. So it's not a problem for us, but just know people are going to sell. They haven't read the books, or they've had 100x and they need to pay for expenses. Maybe they bought 100 Bitcoin and they sold 10. Let them. It's a free market. So that's exactly what I said. Anyway, Joe Burnett, trying to time Bitcoin is a fool's game. It will start moving up quickly, and the bottom is usually in when you least expect it. This is why it's long-term savings technology. Store the wealth you plan to save for many years. The time horizon, you need to be looking at 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Some people want to get rich overnight. Cool. Maybe it'll happen, maybe not. But if you're looking out into the future, there's no stress. You just stack and chill. That's pretty interesting in regards to the WHO. We'll definitely keep you up to date. And the reason why I keep bringing up the WHO, the WEF, the imbecile quote-unquote elite that they call themselves is due to the fact that they are trying to control the world population. Humans, you can become a self-sovereign individual. You can walk in line with truth, with light, which is Bitcoin. This is why we're here. This is why we Bitcoin. And just quickly, if you haven't already, if we vibe, hit subscribe, humble the like button. Appreciate it very much. And F-Bomb Fridays, 5:35 a.m. It'll be brutal because there's a lot of interesting stuff this week, and I'll give you my real thoughts on Friday. So, update, BlackRock and Fidelity now hold more than 3.2 bill. They're buying 400 million Bitcoin every day on average. They're buying $400 million Bitcoin every day on average. Is this always going to be this high? No. But it's been like 8-9 days of trading. They're only going to accumulate more and more and more. So if you sell, BlackRock and Fidelity are buying. I know what I'll be doing. I will not be selling it to these corporations. That's for sure. Don't blame the ETFs. 9 new ETFs, BTFD, huge price support, 4.4 bill in 8 days, 550 million a day. That's like 30x effect of the halving, literal wall of buying. If anything, it's Bitcoin weekends. Underbuying those ETF buys are low velocity, fairly cold, like whale buy and hold. Thanks very much, Satoshi. I mean, Adam, back. Now, enjoy Bitcoin fear while it lasts. At the moment, I'll bring up the big green button. It's the same price pretty much as it was yesterday. 39,000, but we see it green and we're all happy about it. We see it red and we feel the FUD. Makes absolutely no sense. I actually feel better when it's red. You get to push it. Anyway, the dumping will stop. Has it stopped? Maybe, maybe not. Don't try time the markets. Just stack and chill. It's super easy. Now, let me bring this up. Nobody is prepared for the FOMO that will set in when people realize that BlackRock Fidelity bid is relentless. ETFs is a smashing success hidden behind a temporary GBDC smoke screen. Make the most of it. This is actually really cool. It's just a little infographic, shows total Bitcoin held by each ETF, exclude GBDC, which holds approximately 550 Bitcoin. That's through yesterday. I'll bring it up full screen. There's no sound for it, but it's pretty cool to be able to just see it playing out. Whoever put that together, I'll find the credit for them and I'll reshare it at Sean Clark 911. Super cool, hey? Just to be able to see what is happening for FBTC and IBIT. Is nice how they're in a little bit of a race and everyone's trying to catch up as well. But look at that, they're all accumulating. BTCW is not doing real well, but everyone else has done pretty well. Got a fair amount of Bitcoin under their control. They're, I don't know, they're Polo Sats. A repost. John Creasy, Freedom Coin is Bitcoin or Epstein Coin JP Morgan. Which is better? Let us know in the comments or the live chat below. This is huge news. And the reason I bring this up is because Ben from Bitcoin Sessions did a really good job running the node for the Canadian truckers. What a guy, hey? So if you're not already following BTC Sessions on YouTube, definitely hit subscribe. Absolute legend, especially with all your hardware, cold storage. Go over there, tutorials. What an amazing man. Anyway, let's go back to what I was referring to. So the Canadian court just ruled that Justin Trudeau's use of the Emergency Act to stop the truckers' protest was illegal. The government seized the bank accounts of truckers for the crime of peacefully protesting. Massive win for freedom. This is why we rail against the machine, because you may have money in a bank account, but it's not yours. They can switch it off. I understand people will still use fiat for their everyday lives, but more and more people are going to a Bitcoin standard. I get it, but I feel if there's money in my bank account, it's more risky than the money in cold storage, which it is. Now, checkmate. We've had James Check on, really intelligent guy, lead analyst, data analyst for Glassnode. By far the worst TradeFi take right now is the emergency ETFs nullifying Bitcoin decentralization. ETFs are a subset of a neutral and sound global reserve asset. The vast majority of coins are held by individuals. Coin ownership has no governance power, and the 3 Bitcoin nodes I run beg to differ. I'd definitely suggest checking that video out if you haven't already. Now, I brought up Elon Musk launching Bitcoin again on X, formerly Twitter. And what I'm referring to is Elon Musk did say when Bitcoin mining is back above 50%, he would bring it back. Bitcoin now, we have the verifiable evidence that it's about 54.5% there. We do see Elon Musk launching payments. We'll see what happens. Now the SEC has approved Bitcoin as an ETF. Things can change substantially and very quickly. I think Elon Musk being very careful with what he does and very careful not to endorse Bitcoin. He says he doesn't spend much time thinking about it. I think in the past he probably has, and I believe he would understand it very well. So we'll see. Or maybe he's just an absolute degen and a troll and goes with some dog nonsense. We'll see. But I see sooner rather than later, we are going to see Bitcoin back on Twitter. And the reason being Bitcoin mining sustainable energy usage hits all-time high, 54.5%. According to the Bitcoin ESG forecast, Bitcoin mining is currently the only primary global industry powered, that made no sense, industry powered mainly through sustainable energy. 54.5%. Now, Dennis Porter, he's doing some amazing work. Your right to mine Bitcoin within the US, as well as your right to hold Bitcoin in self-custody, putting a lot of things into law for you, ladies and gentlemen. He will be coming on the 8th of February. The 7th for most people over in the States, but the 8th Australian Eastern Standard Time as well, between 5 and 6. So look forward to that. It's been a long time in the making. This guy is doing some amazing things for the USA as well as the world, because truly the world does look up to the USA. It's a beautiful country. You're the biggest economy by far, and Bitcoin is fairly centralized within the States. And I'm taking that a little bit out of context, but the world has been waiting for these ETFs, and it's going to trigger that nation state FOMO and adoption. So people like Dennis Porter, they're good people. Elon Musk giving a little bit of a dire warning. There's no video, just a little bit of audio. Maybe there's captions here. It's not long, 33 seconds. It's why we Bitcoin again.
The thing we should be concerned about is if the Irish Parliament passes a bill that defines hate speech as whatever they think hate speech is, people should be extremely concerned about that. You're just at the mercy of the ruling party and whatever bureaucrats they put in place. And they can just define something that really is not hate speech as hate speech just because they don't like it. The thing we should be concerned about is if
all right,
the
that's
Irish
replaying there again. So they can just redefine whatever they want to as hate speech, even if it's not hate speech. It is going to happen. They're talking about misinformation, disinformation. Good reason to be able to stack, hold, and self-custody. And chill. It's easy as, isn't he great? Michael Saylor, easiest person in the world to meme, but it's almost that time of month where Saylor announced he scooped up chip Bitcoin from weekends. At the end of the month, Saylor will tweet, MicroStrategy has acquired an additional boatload of Bitcoin for depreciating fiat, at an average price of whatever per Bitcoin. So we'll see. Did he BTFD? We'll dive into that when those numbers come out. It looks like he's going to continue to buy that discount window as it's dropped substantially. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Still going to work out massively well for MicroStrategy. Market cap $778,959,457,130 for Bitcoin. Average price at the moment, $39,727.90. We are up 1.9%. It is bullish. Are we going to get another dip? Maybe. You just need to stack, chill, push the green button, push the red button, whatever it is to give you conviction to be here for the next 5, 10, 15 years. At least look out. What are you going to put those dirty fiat gains into? Fiat? F that. I've got way more to say on Friday. You have been warned, it will be a profane episode. So let's jump into the legends in the comments. Good morning, kings and queens. It is so good to see you. Now, Simon, g'day, boss. Aaron, morning, mate. Mike, hey, how you doing? Sean, always good. Should actually have a look what is happening on BOM, is our Bureau of Meteorology. The most credible weatherman used to live next door. Absolutely amazing guy. And he just hammered these people down south. I'm just bringing up the tropical cyclone warning information here. See if we can get... it's still up north... near Townsville, Seoul. I'll share it. Anyway, so I used to live next door to him, an amazing guy, very, very interesting. When the States would come over here for their war games, they'd get him and they'd get him to look at all the weather patterns and stuff. But we'd have these conversations, be like, mate, I won't say his name, but I'm like, is it going to be raining tomorrow, this week, or whatever? Like, look outside, he'd be like, maybe yes, maybe no. And I'm like, okay, like, this is one of Australia's top weathermen, and we're just having a little bit of a banter, after work and chilling out. He was super cool dude. But it's like Bitcoin. Maybe it's up, maybe it's down. It doesn't matter. Just stack, chill, be prepared, because it's either going to hit or it's not going to hit, but you want to be ready. Like, you should see the amount of water, food and stuff we have. And I think as Bitcoiners, you get it. So all these places, I grew up in Cairns, and they just got smashed with all that flooding events as well. They definitely don't need any more rain. Nobody does, to be honest. Innisfail's been smashed really hard by cyclones before, huge bananas. I will jump into the comments. I just thought I'd show you this quickly, because you should be prepared for the unexpected as much as you can be. That's why we stack. That's why we chill. Comes in. Hopefully it doesn't destroy the Great Barrier Reef too much. The reef recovers fairly quickly, but the cyclones have been known to cause quite a lot of devastation. So we'll see. We shall see. Hopefully no pain to friends and family, loss of property there. They can get pretty wild. Anyway, let's keep going. Gargoyle morning. Forgot to ask you, Sean, if your bank allowed you to buy more Bitcoin. Not yet. Should be released today. Probably about 2:30 is when it happens. It's so crazy. They say 24 hours and they usually hold it up to 48 hours. Maybe it's the time that I do it. Got some Mike W. What a legend. Power to you, mate. 38,500. This is a legend, a king that bought the effing dip. He gets fined every year for fraud, money schemes and investment, and pays billions for the evil. JP Morgan does. Simon, you've summed it up so well. And Maulers is definitely not calling him pedo, but Jeffrey Epstein's banker. I guess it doesn't matter when you're in bed with the money printer. It's amazing the sinister lies, misinformation that comes out from Demon, Senator Elizabeth Warren. They're all narcissistic. How do I say it nicely? They all worship the devil. They truly do. They don't walk in line with light. They are there for power, and they've been corrupted. It's unfortunately, Phil, my apologies, Hal Finney was Satoshi because he received the first Bitcoin from Satoshi and handed off the project right before he passed away. Nobody ever heard from Satoshi after that point. So, yeah, I also agree with that line of reasoning. I am sort of trolling Adam back as well. Eventually, we will have him on the show. Another good reason to subscribe if you haven't already. But Hal Finney maybe is the most likely as well for those reasons and a lot of other reasons as well. There's a really good book on it. I'll try find what it was tomorrow, and it sort of goes through the story of Hal Finney as well. If you know what it is, I read so many books, I forget the title, especially when I read them on Kindle, because it doesn't show you the cover. So like when it's sitting there, you're not seeing the cover in your face all the time. So I do prefer the real books. Patrick Bet David said this quote, leaders are readers, and I've heard it many times before, but people will condense thousands of hours into something that thick. Even there's still thousands of hours in something that thick, and then when you get to the stack and it's that thick, and then Broken Money's that thick, why are they putting their life force into something and you're not willing to read? It makes no sense. I'll continue with the comments. My point is, what difference does it make if we know or not know? Unless it's an evil government design, it's irrelevant. Simon, absolutely agree. Even if it was the government, say, go figure, that they created, they had the secret think tank and they created Bitcoin. It's too late. It escaped. Bitcoin's time has come. If it's an evil government invention, what does it even change? In that case, Bitcoin is what it is now. Returning founder could change it again. So in that case, thanks evil government. Could not change. How could I miss this important not? Andy, it's all good, brother. Body slam the like button, lads. Bitcoin is my retirement fund. Bitcoin gives hope back to the people that truly believe. G'day, Sean. Was looking through your old videos. Interesting to see your transition from a crypto to Maxi. On Rob Sayer, which I've reposted, I'll post the video here as well. He interviewed me and I talked about my journey from crypto to Bitcoin and why I can be so toxic sometimes because of that narrative of crypto. It's a mind virus. There's absolutely... What, you're going to play a game on the blockchain? Who cares? Who actually gives a flying F? Maybe if you're a gamer and you wanted to be able to sell skins or whatever, you could do that on the blockchain. But the only blockchain that's true, that's decentralized, that is non-biased is Bitcoin. Everything else is controlled by a small minority of people, and they push out these BS narratives that people buy up. And it's a total mind virus. So I appreciate that, Mr. Android. That's why I continue to shine the light, the truth. We can only continue to improve every day. Kaizen, continual improvement. It's something I live by. And I got into crypto, but I always put those funds back into Bitcoin. And I've said it many times before, I actually did really well. But it was a disease and it took a long time to actually un-F myself in my head from buying into the noise, because it is all noise. There's no evidence anymore. Mt. Gox coins were recovered. The thieves took 75% of the coins off-chain to wash them. 25% was left in a Gox wallet. Buy Bitcoin and starve the matrix. Your money in the bank is used to enslave others through debt from cash and likely back to Bitcoin. Stablecoin, Sean, continuing to be legendary. Thanks out to legendary Geo there. Hi, calling Ben's the man. AJ, punch the like button. Yo, you just get a little bit brutal, maybe humble, the like button, but yous are all legends. Hi, calling Austin. Now, Average Joe, another 1.5 million sats bought today. What a legend, man. You're doing really well. Red or green, just great prices. Oi, mate, love your show and your energy. Bitcoin Beaver. Thanks very much. We've got Bitcoin Beaver, Retro Beaver in the chat. Have not seen, not once, anybody called Bitcoin Honey Badger. I don't know why. But we see Beaver a lot, and I think, what are you thinking about beavers? Now, g'day, did you see the FTX holders within the Grayscale Trust were forced to sell at 16,500 so FTX can repay creditors? Holders within the Grayscale were forced to sell at 16,500 so FTX can repay creditors. Now take a look. Stay safe. Continue to buy. Hi, calling. Yes, sir. Correct. Broke 7K subs. Sale Dog, thanks everyone so much for actually being here on this journey. Continue to improve, get better. That's the mission here, to be able to give you the fast facts as quick as possible, have a bit of a banter at the end, and then let's just get on with the day. All we need to do, push it, either red or green, stack and chill, and actually get it off the exchange, put it into cold storage. Have your seat on steel minimum. Titaniums are better. I watched that interview, mate. Great stuff. Appreciate it, Mr. Android. Beaver is my favorite animal, but honey badger is actually number 2. Super sick. Beavers are super awesome, hey? I've never seen them in real life, but you watch the video. They're amazing how they work together and what they do with the dams there. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's been an amazing pleasure to have this time with you today. Go out there, do something nice for friends and family, stack and chill. There's a green button. It's the same price as when it was red yesterday. Make the most of it. We'll see you tomorrow. And F-Bomb Fridays. You have been warned. We'll see you there. Be blessed. Peace. If you're still here, I just want to say it's 6:09 a.m. Have a lovely